everyone, this is Alexis and
Jerry Stapp.
with the Stapp Real Estate Group, and welcome to another episode of our Broker Top Tips. Today, we're talking about something that I'm really excited for. We just sold an amazing listing in the city of Irvine, California. And one of the things we want to talk about today is how we sold this listing and how we got over $200,000 more than what the seller wanted for this listing. We have an absolutely amazing listing platform that our team has developed about 10 years ago, and we kind of want to talk about how we do that. So tell us a little bit about, we nickname it the Homeboss platform, but this is just an amazing way when we have a hot listing that we know is going to sell and we want to match a bunch of offers, a lot of buyers, and we want to get the most amount of money that we can for our seller. This is the way that we do it. So tell us a little about it, Dad.
But wait, as a listing agent, when we take a listing, what is our number one job?
Our job is to make sure we sell the home for the top dollar with the least amount of hassle for the seller.
Very good. So, in order to do that, there's some things in our industry that we have to overcome to help
Yeah.
the seller get top dollar. And one of those things is what I call transparency, right?
Yes.
And so, transparency will help the seller get top dollar. Also, the buyers want to see transparency when it comes to the offers, right? Even if the listing agent has their own buyer, that should be transparent. And so we use a system called an online offer system to simply manage the offers,
Yes.
right? To where a buyer or the buyer's agent can log on to our site, and they register. Before they're activated to place their offer, they send in their pre-approval proof of funds. We make sure that everybody's on there is live and ready to
Qualified,
go.
approved buyer.
So if someone places an offer, and someone can see the numerical part of the offer, and they can up their offer or and so forth. Um, so the number one thing that buyers agents always run into, if you call a listing agent and you ask them if they have offers, they might tell you, right? If you ask them like what the highest offer is in our industry, they normally don't tell you,
Yeah.
right? And so when you go back to a buyer and say, "Hey, there's multiple offers, and we got a counter offer to submit your highest and best," buyers want to know where they need to do, right? Um, and so that's what this helps with, right? So a buyer can log on, they can see where the offers are at, they can up their offer, and so when a listing agent tells you there's offers, they don't have to tell you that anymore. You can log on to this site and they can see where all the offers are at. Very transparent, very ethical. So it really helps the seller and it really helps the buyer,
I
right?
think one of the biggest things is when we have our open houses, which the amount of marketing that we do and the type of marketing that we do for a home boss listing is very thorough, very in depth. We reach every single buyer out there possible. We don't want to miss anyone out there, especially for luxury listings. And we make sure everything is transparent. So, like my dad said, if you're a listing agent or a buyer's agent, you try to go ask a listing agent what the highest offer is. They usually don't tell you what the highest offer is, but we have it here. Everything is transparent. So we're gonna actually log in right now and kind of show you how we sold this home and what all the offers were and how everything was really transparent. And what's great is you could always adjust your offer. We kind of nickname it like eBay for homes.
Yeah.
So you go in there, you place your offer, if someone puts an offer higher than yours, you'll be notified and you could choose to up your offer or stay where you're at. And what's good is that at the end of the day, when the deadline comes, we take all the offers to the seller, they pick which one they like, and then we open up escrow the next day. So it gives with the transparency. If you've ever been on an online auction or any type of auction, this is where people get caught up in the bidding. They get caught up in there in the online offer. We don't like to call it auction, but it is kind of like an auction platform, but we call it online offers, where you go in there and they get caught up in it and they pay more than what it's worth because they can't help themselves.
Yeah,
So
so kind of like the normal time frame is when we take a listing, we have, let's say we do the photo shoot on a Monday. Normally by Tuesday or Wednesday, it's live on the market, right? Beautiful photos, beautiful video, 3D drone, all of that, just amazing looking, right? And then we have about 12 days of mass marketing. So not the weekend after the photo shoot, but the weekend after that. So about 12 days of mass marketing, to where the first time you can see it is that 2 day massive open house weekend. So
yes.
we drive tons of traffic. We get everybody to show up and they absolutely love it. And then normally the Thursday afterwards at 7 o'clock at night is when all the offers are due.
So it's really great for sellers. Sellers really like it that they only have to have 2 days of showings. It alleviates them. All they have to do is just make sure the house is good and ready for Saturday and Sunday. By that time, they have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Everyone is registering in the system, and then Thursday is when the online offer deadline is due, and then the seller chooses the offer. And what's great is the seller has the right to accept, reject, and negotiate any and all offers. So everything is really in their favor. They love it. So usually before 6 p.m. right before, we're all watching it. Sometimes I'll watch it with the seller and we'll watch it together and we'll see it go up, 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 up. So it's really, really exciting, and the buyers love it because it's the first time they're able to actually see all the offers. They know exactly what they're paying for the house. Everything is transparent. So what we'll do right now is I'll
Yeah,
actually,
you guys want to see an example?
let's give you an example.
Give me an example,
We'll show
right?
you the
We'll
one
give
that
you an example.
we recently sold in Irvine, and we'll, if you want to learn more about our marketing strategy and how we get massive open houses with this listing strategy that we have, this most recent one that we had in Irvine, we had about 600 people come into our open house weekend. Just think about all the buyer leads, all the agents that you meet, all of those people that are in there. It's a tremendous amount of business for a real estate agent, but you definitely think the amount of buyers that go in there and all the marketing that you get, whatever is the end of the day, whatever offer we get is truly the market value of the house, all those people going in there. So we think that's going to be the best way to sell homes. So let's take a quick break. We're going to go ahead and share our screen so I can show you how we sold the one in Irvine, and we'll go a little bit more into detail about that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so right here we are at the home. It's on 19 Winsong in Irvine, and you can actually look this up yourself as well. If you go to homebossca.com, you can see this home and what it recently sold for. But let's go ahead and look over here on the right-hand side. If you look under offers here, it shows you the offers, the last offer, the current offer, agent compensation, and total purchase price. So we'll go over all this in a little bit, but where we started out, we'll tell you the specifics of this property. So we started out 15% below what it was worth, and based on the comparables that we found, it was worth around 1.25 million.
That was the higher comp.
The higher comparable.
1.2 to 1.25 is right where it needs to be.
And the seller, she understood that when we went over all the comparables. She's like, okay, that's what I want. I want to get around that price. So that was our goal. So we started off, and she trusted us in the process, which was amazing. We started off about, I think it was like $50 under $1 million is where we started. 999,950. And with that, we had a tremendous amount of calls, coming in, asking about it. And we said, everyone come to the open house. This is what we're going to see. This is where you're going to see it, is during the open house. And so when we started there, we had everyone register on the open house weekend. And remember, the offers are due the Thursday after. So you can actually click on the offers here, and you can see all the offers coming in. Look here, the first person that came in, and his name was Eric, and it came in at 1,050,000 is where he started. And as you start coming in, you see all the offers coming in, and they're going up by these increments right here in the middle right here. So you're going on, we continue up. You can see here when the offer was priced, how much they went up on their offer, going up. Right here is when it started getting a little bit crazy. Someone came in at 62,500, continue up until about, it's like usually like the hour before where it gets pretty crazy.
Yeah, and if someone tries to place a offer seconds before 7, it'll keep extending in about 5 minutes. You keep extending it, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what's neat about the system. So
what I love about it is what my dad mentioned is, if you ever made an offer on eBay, when you go in there and let's say there's 30 seconds left, you could be what I call like very, very sneaky, go in there at the last second, put your offer in and snag up the item. But what this would make it very fair and transparent, to where if someone puts an offer in, where we're basically at 5 minutes before the deadline is coming. If they put an offer in within 5 minutes before the deadline, it'll extend it another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And as it goes down, the clock goes down. It's within that 5 minute time span. If someone puts another offer in, it'll extend it another 5 minutes. So it can go over that time limit. Like one that we just saw recently, it ended at, the auction was supposed to end at 7, but it ended up going to 7:45. So it could go past time, but it allows everyone to submit their highest and best to get their offer out there, which is awesome. Now, Dad, you kind of want to go over, this is the part that we like to explain to buyers, agents, and to the seller. Here is the agent compensation part.
So real quick, little side note to Sam Rodriguez, an amazing agent, just one of the best guys out there that really knows this market. Just want to give you a shout out. Sam, for really knowing the market, really knowing your pricing on this home, right?
Yes.
Really knowing how to explain it to people. So once you nail the price, where you know the market value in today's market, which is not always easy, right? But to know your numbers, know your market, right? Price the home accordingly, 15% below that market value, right? Even if we have our own buyers, we're going to put it through the system. Okay.
Very fair enough.
So what happens is, especially after August 17th, with all the changes that happened because of the NAR settlement and NAR lawsuit, right? If you want to watch one of my previous videos, you can watch that. But what happens is when someone places an offer, it adds in, but this particular case, it adds in 2%, and that becomes the purchase price, and that is the buyer's agent's compensation. Okay. Buyers don't care because it's automatically added, and they just take that into account when submitting their highest and best. This will help you manage the highest and best offer because of the transparency. Your buyers will see it all. So, right starting price, right system to manage all of the offers. Buyers will win, sellers will win, and it becomes an easy transition after that into an offer. So at the end, if the seller accepts it, then it's a normal purchase contract, normal escrow. So this is the way we manage our offers.
So here, to kind of reiterate again, right here, this total purchase price, that is going to be what goes on the residential purchase agreement. Right here, this is the buyer's agent's commission, and this is going to be what the seller will get at the end of the day. So everything is transparent, everything is in here, and buyers love it because it's everything. You can see all the offers that coming in. And what's great is that if we go here, and this really gives, I want to leave it off of this. This really gives the seller some options. So if you're a seller watching this video and you're going through this, Edward and Bita and Zoreth, these were the three top offers. When we went, and I won't go into the very specifics of who they were and what they brought in, but we went to these offers. We asked them before at the end of the day after the auction was over, we went over to them and we say, okay, we looked at their pre-approval, we looked at the proof of funds, we looked at all of the things they wanted to put in the contract, and the seller has the right to accept, reject, and negotiate any one of these offers. Not usually they take the highest one, but not always. We go to all of them, we present to the seller, and they choose which one they like.
We get all the terms, right?
We get all the terms and everything. So just like any other purchase agreement that we do, it's the exact same process. The only difference is that we have a system that manages all of the offers coming in, and everything is transparent. At the end of the day, buyers are happy. They can see what they're paying for the home and what they need to pay to get the home. And sellers happy because they get top dollar for their home.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that we love is, as a buyer's agent, you guys love this because your compensation as of August 17th is 100% negotiable as a buyer's agent. So your compensation is already negotiated, so you know what to put in on your purchase contract when we get it from you. And then the price is 100% transparent. No more of these hidden things, not knowing what's going on, not having any opportunity to get a counter or up your offer. All of that is done for you in this system. So you could truly represent your client at a very, very high level as a buyer's agent. Right?
Yes.
It's all right there. Come to my open house. And by the way, speaking of open houses, we've had some crazy ones. When we tell people that, hey, we have the record, they don't believe us, Alexis. But was over 1,200 people on a weekend. But normally it's anywhere between 300 to 400 people on a weekend for an open house. If you don't believe me, I'll send you some videos if you want.
I'll put a little video of the open house video so you could take a look at. Our most successful one was the one in the city of Azusa.
Great agent. Yes. We've known each other for almost 4 years now.
Go on inside. Thanks. Let us know, subscribe below. We'll go ahead and talk about more about this listing strategy in another video, but this is how you truly get top dollar for your home if you are.
And if you're interested in knowing more about this strategy to sell your home, or if you're an agent wanting more information how to use this strategy to list homes, reach out to us and we'll go over it with you.
Definitely.
Love to.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.